stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blues, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping.
It's week 2 of the NFL. And up next is one of the league's best, Jalen Ramsey. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Eagles and the Vikings under the lights on Monday night.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers, because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his 3rd season now out of the University of Alabama.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Let's go down.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 41. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The Eagles 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Hurts throw caught here by Metcalf. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. McCaffrey on the counter. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up. 7-7, our score after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Hurts will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Tua sets up to pass it. And one more time, here's Kirk. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down. Tua going to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. ETN up the middle. On the stop was Aaron Donald. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw into the hands of Kirk. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now Tua. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with ETN. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
He's got a man complete, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here's Hurts to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Here's third and goal now, back at the 11. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in.
And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Deshaun Watson, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. and they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Baker Mayfield, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their second straight to start the year. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. Ezekiel Elliott, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Hurts. In trouble, and he's taken down. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Shreds him with a stiff arm, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 32. 40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Draw play, Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Ertz over the middle. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out. And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Tua now on first down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ertz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure getting...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 16, Tua looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding. Offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Now Hurts on the option right.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Play action. Here's Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. To the sideline. He's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
It's a gain of 14 there, and
and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
They go play action with Hurts.
And going deep for Hill.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Tua. Able to find Ertz.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Tua.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. Out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
One final try for Tagovailoa.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.